Hello everybody, I hope everyone is doing well. I wanted to make this video just to give a heads up, to help people out, just to look out for scams. There's a scam going on right now about a mystery shopper. So there's individuals who will send you either an email or a text saying that there's an opportunity to make $300 or more per week if you participate in a mystery shopping program. All right. And if you opt into this, it's going to send you to a landing page, and then you're going to fill out your information. And then this is going to allow them to contact you. And the way they contact you is going to be via mail, United States Postal Service. They're going to send you an envelope. And inside of this envelope, you're going to receive instructions and also a check. Now, this check is poised as a cashier's check. And as you know, cashier's checks really are seemingly very valid. So when you get that cashier's check, the instructions are going to have you go ahead. First, they're going to have you text them a picture of the cashier's check to show that you've received it. And then the instructions are going to tell you to deposit it as soon as possible. Now, in these instructions, they're going to ask you to visit your bank, deposit the check right away. And with it being a cashier's check, your bank is likely not going to hold or put a hold to that check for very long. Usually it's about 24 hours, sometimes 48 hours. So in that time, the check is going to clear. Now, after the check clears, you're going to think the funds are available. However, what's going to happen is your bank a few days later is going to reverse that deposit. It's basically going to be called a return deposit. And the reason why it's going to be because it is an altered check. Basically, what an altered check means is it is a false check. So, according to the instructions of this scam, they're gonna really give you some incentive to hurry up and act on this matter. So the way it is they're gonna say, go ahead and deposit the check. The funds will be available usually within 24 hours. And then inside of this instruction letter, it's gonna say there's a special bonus of a certain amount of money. In this case, you can see here, it's $300. They say they will give you a special bonus of $300 if you complete the assignment within 24 to 48 hours of the assignment given to you. The reason why they give this incentive is because usually after you've deposited the check, then the bank itself will actually have a delayed time before they do the return deposit. And so according to the instructions of this mystery shopping scam, they're going to have you go to a store, and then they're going to have you take the funds first. They're going to have you withdraw those funds within that amount, that 24 hours that the check is available. They're going to have you withdraw all of those funds. They'll probably send you a check for like $1,500 or more. Please, if you decide to go forward with this particular, this scam, I mean, it's a scam, so I hope you don't decide to go with it. But if you do, and you do care about your checking account and your name, I would definitely advise, if you decide to deposit it, to let it sit in your account before you withdraw any funds for at least 2 weeks. Seriously, minimum 10 days, because you will see how it reverses. And the way they have it set up is they want you to immediately withdraw the funds and go and get some gift cards, right? One vanilla Visa gift cards, and then put the money on those gift cards. And the way it's working is they're trying to make it seem as if they are clocking or monitoring the customer service skill of the representative. And in this case, they're saying, let us know what store you went to, how the cashier treated you, blah, 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 things of that nature, just to make it pose as if you were actually looking. They're going to ask, how long did it take you to check out? And they want you to send this back. However, what they're going to do is tell you to put a certain amount of money on that card. And then once you get that card, they're going to have you send a picture of that gift card along with the receipt to make it seem as if it's credible, to show that you actually did fulfill the assignment. But what in reality is happening is you're sending them a picture of this card front and back, and then they're going to ask you in the instructions not to activate it. So obviously, right, what's happening at this moment, once you send those pictures, they're going to obviously activate the card and then remove all the funds from that card. And then as time goes on, they're going to have already taken the funds. But what's going to happen is your bank in a few days is going to say that this is a return check because it's a false check. And then your account is going to be minus, and you won't be able to get those funds back from that gift card because they weren't there. So do due diligence. That's what I want to say. Do your due diligence. If you, in your gut, out of disparity, feel as if you may not be getting scammed, at least call the bank that is on the cashier's check, and then call and ask, I would like to verify a check, or I would like to verify an account. You need to speak to a representative. If you by chance call one of the banks that one of these checks are issued out to, and you just keep getting the prompts and there's no way for you to bypass the system, go ahead and just, if the prompt is asking you to put in the account number, the checking account number, go ahead and put in the checking account number, and then they may ask you for a tax ID number or a social security number. What you're gonna do is hit star, and then once you hit star, the prompter is gonna say, are you making an error? Try again. But hit star until it actually lets you speak to a representative, and then from there you need to verify all the information. Once they say that this check is not issued or that account is not there, immediately you will know that this is a fraud. All right, so just be careful out there. We got a lot of jokesters, people who have no conscience, who don't really care. They're out for themselves, and they like to see people go through struggles. That way they can get up. And it's really stupid in reality because they forget about karma. It's really interesting that the people who do these things think that they're going to continue to get away with it, but in the long run, they're not going to get away with it. Even though they may have even been doing these things for years and years, eventually it will catch up. It's guaranteed. It has to. The reason why is because that vibration that they're putting out is going to come back to them. It has no choice. So what you put out, what you reap, you sow. Even this is even a biblical message, but this is the law of the universe. The law of attraction is also taking effect in this. So, they may be having a good run for a little while, but something will inevitably happen to them. The saying goes, not even a great king can escape retribution. Not even a great king can escape retribution. So just be aware. Just don't deal with any of these these instances where people are just sending you a check in the mail where there's really no accountability to be had on your end. Because if you think about it, someone's going to send you a check with said amount of money that you haven't communicated with, like verbally, you haven't spoken with them, and then they're just going to send you a large sum of money, trusting that you yourself are not going to just take the money yourself. That in itself it's questionable. Why would you send me a check with this much money hoping that I'm going to be honest to do what it is that you asked me to do. There's no guarantee that I'm really just gonna do what you asked me to do. You just sent me a check and you haven't communicated with me. There's no contract, no agreement. There's nothing that I had to put forward. Like, it's things like this. It's common sense things, So yeah, just be aware. Just whatever you do, just verify the check by calling the bank. That is the best solution to it, to ease your mind, to make sure that you are not getting yourself into something that you don't want to get into. So just take care and take heed.